Hi everyone, it's Lynn. I'm going to show you how I made a really cute peach themed banner for a baby shower. So I took a paintbrush, I dipped it into some water, and I ran it over the top of a piece of orange felt. And then I went over the top of the water with some white acrylic paint. I did this in sections, so you can't really, well, I didn't wet the whole thing at once because I wanted the paint to blend, so I wanted the felt to stay as wet as possible. And this gives it a really nice multi-tone effect. And I wanted it to be peach colored, and I love the way that this turned out. There's some light spots and some dark spots, but if you have peach felt, you can just do it that way too if you want. But I will tell you, this was a very thick piece of felt. I'm not sure that one of those softer pieces would paint well to get different shades, but you could just leave it plain peach. But once it was dry, I took a cutout of a peach shape that I drew myself, and I traced it onto that piece of felt. Now, I did this to 4 pieces of orange felt, and I ended up with 24 peach shapes. I did only end up using 22 of them. And then I took a leaf shape that I made from a piece of cardboard, and I traced that out onto green felt. I'm only showing you this dark green, but I also did this onto a lighter green piece of felt as well. And I did use some brown felt to make little stems. Once I had all of my shapes traced out, I cut them out. Once everything was cut out, I stenciled some letters onto them. And I used a piece of Scotch tape to measure how far down from the top to go, because all of my stencils were different sizes. All the letters are the same, but the stencil themselves ended up being different sizes. So I just put that little piece of tape up in the top, and I just used a brown Sharpie to outline the letter, and then I went ahead and colored in each one and connected the spots of the letter that had breaks in them. And to me, using a Sharpie is so much easier than paint when you're using a small stencil like this, because you end up with no bleed through. When I was done with the letters, I started to assemble the peaches. So I added that little stem and the leaves to the top of each peach, and I just kind of alternated with the colors of the leaves and which direction the stem went in and which side of the stem I put the leaves on. And they are just turning out so stinking cute. And the last thing I did was attach my peaches to a piece of twine. So I taped the twine down to my workstation, and I made it nice and straight and tight. I put a piece of cardboard under it, and I added the glue right to the twine, and then I just glued the peach right to it. I did use my roll of twine as a spacer for in between the words. I left the letters, I didn't put a spacer, I just kind of eyeballed that. And this banner turned out so stinking cute. I love it. You don't have to go out and buy a banner for a special occasion. You can make your own with your own special message on it rather than buying something generic. So I really hope you like the project, and I hope you give this one a try. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.